it looks like we've hit 9 o'clock now, so we are going to get started. So welcome everyone to Shifted Plate. Thanks so much for signing up to the program. And you're in the first shift, which is Lentil Love. We're going to be together for a total of 16 weeks. And our program is broken into 2-week shifts. I described this in the emails that you received, but in case you didn't have a chance to go through them, which we're all busy, so no problem if that's the case, there's the 2-week shifts that make up the entire program. And while I'm calling it a program, I hope that you don't see it as like school or something that you signed up for that is like a formal curriculum. What it should feel like is cooking with friends. You've got Raw Christy here, so you can feel free to ask me any questions, reach out to me at any time. And what we're hoping by the end of these 16 weeks, or even partway through these 16 weeks, is that you'll be able to open up your cupboard, and when you're trying to decide what to have for dinner, that you'll be familiar enough with the ingredients and cuisines in plant-based cooking that might be one of the options that you choose. So the first 4 shifts are focused on ingredients. The second 4 shifts are more of a choose your own adventure type scenario. So when we sent out a survey before the holidays, some of you told us some of the things that would make a successful program for you. And some of those things were cooking things that my family actually eats. So we'll do a family favorites option. There'll also be options for getting the most protein you can out of your plant-based meals, because we know some people are finding that very important right now. And another one would be cost effectiveness. I know me personally, I'm all about budget in 2026. So we'll have an option that is really going to focus on making sure that you are keeping the costs of your meals low. So that will be that program as well. So during this 15 minutes, I'm talking a little bit already about what to expect in the program, but we're also going to talk a little bit about lentils, which is this particular shift. And then I'm going to actually give you a walkthrough of the program that you would have gotten an email about this morning. This is the actual platform that you'll go into, where you'll be able to access any of the resources, the recordings. We'll have links to the live sessions, which are there already, but we'll also post the recordings there. So if you didn't attend any of them or you want a refresher, you'll be able to go to the platform to get those. It's also where we will have any of the feature recipes, but also any other recipes. So while this week is Lentil Love and there is a feature recipe that we're cooking on Wednesday, that is going to be a lentil bolognese. There's also several other recipes that you can choose to cook if lentil bolognese might not be the one that resonates the most with you. The other thing that you'll find in there is some impact tracking. So you want to know when you do actually cook some of these meals, how much of a difference is that going to make? How much of a difference is it going to make in cost, in your health metrics, and in climate impact? Right now, you'll see climate impact right away. And as we roll out these next couple of weeks, you'll see some of those other metrics appear in your dashboard as well. Now, I'm going to touch a little bit on lentils and why we chose lentils as this first shift. And one of the reasons is a lot of people do actually cook with lentils. They are a familiar ingredient. They're also super healthy and very flexible. One of the reasons that they're a great first step into doing some plant-based meals is they're a great ground meat analogous. So they have that they're small, they've got a little bit of resistance on your bite. It can replace meat or ground meat in some of your dishes quite easily, which is why we also chose that lentil bolognese. The other thing about lentils, and this is really important for the Wednesday cook, is there's many different kinds, but you typically are going to choose between a dried or a canned lentil when you come to the cooking class on Wednesday, because we have requested either a brown or green lentil, and either would work. But if you get canned, you're not going to be able to control the texture. The canned lentils are pretty mushy. They've been sitting in that can with some salt and liquid for a fair amount of time. And you likely know this if you do cook with some canned lentils, they're a little squishy. The nutritional value is totally intact in them, but they're not going to give you that meat analogous that we are trying to get to with doing some of this recipe in particular. They might be okay for maybe a patty or something like that, but more on that later. So we're asking you to choose a dried lentil, either green or brown. And I'm going to be cooking with green lentils on Wednesday. The brown lentils might be a little bit smaller. You'll probably have to cook them for a little bit less time. But as you'll see when we do the cook on Wednesday, like it's all about that sort of resistance to the bite, that texture. So that's whether they're cooked or not. If you've only been cooking with canned lentils, they might feel quite different. You'll be surprised by the they're not chewy, but by the resistance that you get. Think of them more like rice. You can do them sort of al dente. They do absorb liquid and they double in their size, sort of like rice as they cook. So, anyways, that's what you'll need to know for the Wednesday night cook. Make sure that you're getting dried lentils. We're going to rinse them before we use them. Also for the Wednesday night cook, make sure to buy your ingredients and prep them in advance. I'm going to talk a little bit on Wednesday about how to make it super easy when you're cooking in terms of how to lay out your ingredients, but it's going to be really important that you have those ingredients. You've chopped up your onions and any other the ingredients that are in the recipe and have them ready to go. I will have all of the ones that I'm cooking with ready to go, just so I can spend some time cooking with you as well. Don't worry about it too much if you don't have them ready to go, though. You can always replay the video. And in terms of nutritional values of lentils, which is one of the other great reasons that you might want to cook some more with lentils, they are relatively low calorie. So half a cup has about 140 calories, about 12 grams of protein. And they're very high in fiber. So half a cup has about 9 grams of fiber, which is about 30% of the daily recommended value. Now, when you're thinking about protein, and maybe when I say 12 grams of protein, you're like, I need more than that in a meal. Everything else that you're putting in the meal also adds to your protein count. So you'll see in the recipes in the program, and any of the ones, the lentil bolognese plus the other ones, we always try and get the protein count anywhere between 20 and 30 grams, which is what you're looking for in a typical meal. Some of these meals are much higher in protein, but we'll make sure that you have that information as well, so that you can make the choices that are right for you. A couple of other things, I'm looking at my quick cheat sheet over here about lentils. So the fiber we mentioned, very high in folate, in iron, and in manganese as well. It's also got lots of other minerals and vitamins, but both of those are the ones that really stand out. I think Robin will pop in the chat a link to the Heathline article that talks a little bit more about some of the other trace minerals and the nutritional profile of lentils in case you're interested. I do want to say as well, any of the nutritional information that I give is no replacement for talking to your healthcare professional. If you do have specific issues that you're managing, really make sure that you're consulting your health care professionals. And even though I am a certified nutrition coach, you really should be talking to a healthcare professional if there is something in particular that you're worried about. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about lentils. Now I want to do a quick demonstration of the platform. You may have already clicked the link that we provided you this morning. I'm not sure if you did that or if you didn't, but let's go through it now. I'm going to pretend that I'm one of you and I am logging into the platform for the first time. I'll end up looking at my screen over here while I do this, and I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to share my screen, my entire screen, and I'm going to share here. All right. So you should see a link to the platform there that you saw this morning. Robin can pop the link into the chat if you haven't been able to access your email or you can't find the email that I sent you. Feel free to jump in, and this is where you're going to select join the challenge. There's more information about the shifted plate there too if you're totally new to it. I know this is a live stream on YouTube, so it could be actually anybody who's watching us today, in addition to everybody who's participating in the program. So we go to join the challenge. I'm going to go ahead and put in my email address. I'm going to accept the terms, and it's going to send me a code to my email. And this just makes sure that, I have some security measures in place, and I'm going to pop that in. So grabbed it from my email and I'm going to pop it in. I'm joining the challenge, and here it is going to take me to the main challenge area, which, although it's going to say dashboard, there's going to be a home, a dashboard, some recipes, and also it's taking me a little bit to end up in the platform here. So I'm gonna just go back. There we go. So here we are. So you can see I'm logged in. This is what a logged in view looks like. And this is what I was mentioning at the top. You'll see home. And this is the page that you're going to want to go to when you're like, oh, where was the link for that Wednesday cook session? It's always going to be here. Where was that, the shopping list for the session? It's right here as well. What else are we going to be cooking? You've got all of your information here. This is where the recordings are going to go as well. You're going to see the recording from today appear here. And then you're going to have your recipes. So if I'm ready to start making this lentil bolognese, or maybe I just want to have a look at it, I'm going to go to the recipes section. So here I am. This is shift 1, and these are the recipes that are available to me. I've got this featured lentil bolognese, which I can either just view, or maybe I'm going to select it to cook. So those are the two different things that I can do. It's also telling me what the climate impact is already, like what I'm going to end up actually doing if I do cook this recipe. And then it's got some other stuff. You can see that I've cooked a few of these. I'm coming back in, but these are just some bonus recipes. These all are featuring our key ingredient, which is lentils. And when we do move to the next shift, you'll just see these move down. So you'll still have these available to you for the entire 16-week program. So we want to make sure that you feel totally comfortable. Maybe you're not ready to move on from lentils when we get to shift 2. You can always just continue on cooking your lentils for the entire 16 weeks if you want to. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and, when I'm ready, I'm going to say, you know what, I am going to do this lentil bolognese recipe on Wednesday. Maybe I'm not ready to cook now because I need to go and get my shopping list. But let's have our look here. So we've gone through. You can see here's the entire list of the ingredients that we need. There's going to be instructions here. So if you're not cooking with us, you can cook on your own. There's also going to be some swaps if you do want to swap anything out. So if you don't have a linguine, you can do a fettuccine or tagliatelle, if you can pronounce it. And then some tips. So, this one talks in particular about, if you're making this for a group of people who maybe isn't totally open to having an entire plant-based dish, or they really love the meat in the bolognese. And the suggestion is, cook some ground meat on the side and have a portion available for the people who want to eat meat. So that is one of the key things that you can do with this plant-based cooking, is really try and adapt it for mixed eaters if you've got mixed eaters in your household. So there you go. That's how that recipe plays out, how you can go about cooking. So just to show you the entire process once I've gone through and cooked it. So I'm going to mark it as cooked. And the reason we do this is so that you can get feedback, right? So you can get feedback about what the impact is that you're making. And we're also going to include a little bit of gamification in the platform. So, the more stuff that you cooked, you'll end up getting some points. We also do have rewards in here, which I'm going to show you as well. And the rewards will be building out. So when I mark it, after I mark it as cooked, it's going to ask me to choose an image to, just so that I can verify that yes, I actually did this lentil bolognese, and I'm going to submit the photo and complete it. Oops, my photo verification failed that time, but usually it'll just go in. It'll end up showing the photo that I uploaded as completed. And then I am going to go back and just go to this dashboard. And even though my photo verification didn't work that time, don't worry, it'll be working by the time you do it. And I can show you what happens with one of these completed recipes. So I'm going to go into the completed recipes, and you can see it gives me the cooked information. And you can see here too, it's showing me my climate impact right up at the top. And down here, it's also going to show the cumulative impact that I've had. So in this particular one, I've completed 3 different dishes. And this is the total impact that's had. So I've taken 7.8 cars off the road for a day and conserved 174 standard bathtubs worth of water. And this is where I was mentioning earlier, you'll see some of the additional improvements that doing some of these dishes will have, including cost savings and some of the health benefits. So the other thing that you'll note here is this is where you'll see the rewards. And once you've cooked one dish, the rewards will open up. So you'll be able to access any of the rewards. Right now we only have 2 in there. You'll see more added as we go along. You can access for free this Master Tofu in 12 Easy Recipes cookbook, and you can also get 40% off of our awesome aprons. I'm going to show you how this looks. So if I get the discount code for something that's free, it's actually going to, maybe I need to refresh here. Oops. Oh, my buttons, of course, this is during the live demo, things always go wrong. But this morning when we click this, what'll end up happening is it's going to take me right to that individual reward. Same thing with the awesome aprons. It's going to give me a discount code, and then it'll take me to the place where I enter the discount code. So we'll get those updated and ready to go for you by the end of the day today. So no worries about that. Hopefully that's pretty straightforward. That's really all that you need to know about the platform. Here we are back at that main area. You can go in and view the recipe. You can grab the shopping list. You can also grab it from the email that you were sent. I'm going to stop sharing there. And hopefully Robin has popped a few things in the public chat there so that you have the links that you need for the shopping list, to sign up for the platform, and you're ready to go. And thank you again for joining us. That is the intro session for this week. I really hope you can make it on Wednesday evening. If you can't, we'll have the recording available for you. And feel free to jump in. You can cook any of the recipes that you want to now. And please access some of those resources in there. There is a Lentils 101 and lots of other stuff that you might find helpful as you go through this lentil shift. So thanks again, and I'm really looking forward to the next 16 weeks with you.